What's up, babe? I am back. Sorry I didn't do a video on, I think it was Thursday or Friday. Sorry about that. Um, but I'm back. We're we're on the 10th and we're almost done with this franchise. Jason movie. We're on Jason X, which came out in 2001. My God, I'm happy to be reviewing a movie I actually like. Yeah, there's certain things in here you could say is goofy, but you know what? At least Jason's in this movie. Compared to that last one, Jason goes, ugh, I hate that movie. But we're actually here to review a movie that Jason's actually in. And I actually think it's one of Kane Hodder's best, in a way, performances. Especially for kills. This movie has my favorite kill, which is the liquid nitrogen kill. So the story starts off. I think it's 2008, 2010, one of the two, where Jason has been basically they have tried to kill him multiple times, but none of them worked. So they're like at this Crystal Lake Research Facility. They're trying to put Jason. They're trying to freeze him in stasis, but um, one of the generals is like, you know what, we want to experiment on Jason, to try to basically figure out how does he do it, and also try to basically make money off of it and try to weaponize it. But it fails. Jason kills one of the um, troopers off camera. Then they all go in and they find him under a blanket. It turns out it's the other guy. Jason kills all of them pretty like quick. One of them gets choked with a chain, bludgeoned, choked and shot to death, smacked in the face, and this is my favorite one when Jason impales him in the back because the dude was running and Jason like throws it has a chain but it has like something sharp at the end of it, impales Doctor Wimmer, and then the main character is what's her name? Rowan, I think that's her name. So Jason proceeds to chase her. She tries to lead him into the cryogenic chamber. She does it, but she gets in front of it and Jason stabs through it and the whole room locks down and freezing them both. Then we jump 445 years later. And I remember when I first watched this movie, when I first heard the premise, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Jason in space? Like, what? Especially up until that point, I'd only watched like a few of the franchise, and I'm like, wait, Jason in space? This sounds stupid. But my friend actually showed it to me, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually enjoyable. Because there was one scene which I'll get to that I think I'm like, because when I first watched a clip of it and I saw this scene, I'm like, okay, this is stupid. But then I actually watched the movie, and we'll get to this scene. Take a hit real quick. So, we are the year 2455. Earth has been polluted, so they're on Earth 2. We meet students. I can't read this name. You have Janessa and Azrael and Professor Lowe. We also have a robot who, one of the students has a robot named K. They find Crystal Lake facility, find both bodies, they bring into the ship. And also, we see kind of the new technology because one of them was finicking with Jason. Jason fell, and Jason was in the pose where he has the machete, like holding it up and slices a dude's arm. But we're in the future, so they're able to kind of repair his arm. So then they take Jason into the ship. We also meet other students, Kinsa, Waylander, and Stony. Really weird names, I know. So Rowan gets reanimated because they have nanobites that can basically reanimate you, which we'll get to later. And Adrian, who's an intern, is dissects Jason's body, but Lowe tries to see. He wants money, and his backer tells him no, the that reanimating somebody is not that impressive, basically. So, but he also says Jason though is worth a lot of money, and this is where we learn. Then basically, Jason gets thawed out because Stoney and Kinsa kind of dip out. Jason thaws out, kills Adrian. In my opinion, my favorite kill of the movie, favorite kill of the franchise. Grabs this girl's head, freezes it in liquid nitrogen, and just slams it on it. It's fucking brutal. There's some brutal kills in this movie. And I understand, like, this one is another one that a lot of people don't like. I mean, there's some people like me who's, oh, it's a guilty pleasure, it's fun. And then there's many people like, okay, this is stupid. One of the lowest points in Friday the 13th. Oh, I also should mention, I didn't mention this in Jason Goes to Hell. Both of these movies were made by New Line. Because after Part 8, I don't know if it because it didn't do well. Paramount had to sell the rights to New Line, who did the Nightmare movies. Because if you remember, the way Jason Goes to Hell ended, it basically teased Freddy vs. Jason. But Freddy vs. Jason was in development hell at this point, and it wouldn't come out for 2 years, for another 2 years. So this was kind of basically just, we'll just give you a Jason movie while we're still fucking thinking about how we're doing Freddy vs. Jason. So yeah, this and Jason Goes to Hell and Freddy vs. Jason, which I'll get to when I do the Nightmare franchise, are all under New Line. And I'm mixed. Like I said, I hated Jason Goes to Hell, but I do like this movie. I have fun with it. At least fucking Jason's in it. But getting back to the story. So Jason kills Adrienne. Then he finds a surgical tool that looks like a machete and basically just starts walking through the ship. You have Rowan who's trying to tell Lo, like, no, Jason's dangerous. And basically, Jason kills Stoney in the chest. He stabs Stoney in the chest and then kills him. Then Sergeant Brodsky, who basically starts realizing kids are starting to get killed off, so he has an army, like his own little group of soldiers, to get ready to fight Jason. But Lo, behind the scenes, is trying to tell Brodsky, don't destroy him. He's worth a lot. So that happens. Jason kills 2 other soldiers. Because they're playing in like because it's also so future, so they're playing in this world. It's like, I guess it's kind of like a video game in a way, but it's in like the future, so you're in like this suit. A lot of sci-fi movies did this. This is another reason in general a lot of people don't like this movie. They feel like it's like basically an early 2000s sci-fi show, just with Jason in it. It kind of does, I will give you that, but at least I'm going to keep reiterating. Jason's in it. Not Jason who can body swap. No weird shit like that. At least we're kind of at somewhat the simplicity. Obviously, it's in space and in the future, but so Jason interrupts because I guess in this virtual game there's like aliens, and this is the clip I was talking about where when I watched the initial clip before I watched the movie, I saw this part and I'm like, okay, this is fucking stupid. Why is Jason killing aliens? But it turns out that was fake. Then Jason kills Azrael by breaking his back and then bashing Dallas's head on a wall. So Jason's about to kill Crutch, who's like the pilot of the ship. Then the Brodsky and his soldiers find him, have a big shootout, and Jason kills them all by one. One of them, he basically clotheslines and throws them in like a spiked thing. That's actually a pretty good kill. But they don't. Oh no, because the guy tried to fight him, and then Jason just like clotheslines him, then kills Gecko by he kills Condor by impaling him on a giant floor screw. Kills Sven's neck by snapping his neck. Kills Gecko by slitting his throat, and then Kicker slicing him in half. So I do like the kills in this movie, and this whole sequence and then you can hear like some of the remaining survivors, just hearing them all die. It's kind of cool, So while this happens, I don't know if this is before. Oh, I should have mentioned this part because doesn't say it here. But Brodsky finds Jason and Jason impales him And then, I'm not gonna lie, I find this scene funny, because his lines, like, when he gets impaled once, something about, like, not one's gonna kill this old dog, and then Jason stabs him again, and he's like, that ought to do it. He doesn't die, though. He gets found later on. Um, so Lo orders the pilot to dock in Solaris, which is a space station, and they accident. Lou is talking to the engineer in Solaris, but Jason kills him. Then the ship crashes through Solaris, just basically destroying the whole police station. The Solaris station just, it is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it's a crazy sequence. It's like, my God, how many people just casually just died? So Jason breaks into the lab, kills Lo off screen, gets his old machete back, and then now the ship damaged. Um, they basically they have to prepare for a shuttle to try to get off the ship, but Rowan finds Brodsky injured, so he's still alive, and Jason kills Crutch by electrocuting him to death. Kinsa, who this bitch kind of deserves it, she has a panic attack. Basically, um, she wouldn't let anybody, because that was their way out, because they were trying to get through this, like, basically escape pod, and but she refuses to let anyone in, and basically she freaks out, launches the shuttle, and crashes it into the ship. She deserved it. Sorry, that is a shitty thing to do. People you know are getting killed, and there's this Jason guy just hacking people, and this bitch don't want to help. So sorry, fuck off, bitch. You deserve it. So the other dude comes back, and Kay, who's upgraded now, she's a robot chick, has like all these guns, is able to take out Jason temporarily, blow him up, like all his body parts, and they blow him, but they accidentally blow him up near a nanite medical station, and basically that's where he starts getting rebuilt, and then the survivors have to figure out a way, send a distress call, and say, you got only 45 minutes, so they have to basically blow up to separate part of the ship. Jason gets brought back to life, and we see the nanites kind of bringing him back. I'm not gonna lie, I really dig this movie. The more I watch it, yeah, the futuristic stuff, yeah, but you know what? It at least is a Jason film. So Jason comes back, and I guess in the film they call him Uber Jason. I fucking hate that name. It is so early 2000s. Uber Jason. No, I call him Jason X. Like the film's title, Metal Jason's Jason X to me. So Jason, I'll just keep calling him Jason, defeats Kay by punching her head off. It's pretty funny. Just like, because she tries to shoot him, and Jason's just like, bitch, what are you doing? And then just punches her head off. But she's still alive. Then, Jason attacks them, but Waylander sacrifices himself. Jason survives the explosion. And then he basically punches a hole through the hole. Kills Janessa, because he punches a hole through the ship. And you have that sequence where everything gets sucked into space, And, Janessa dies. Jason gets back on board. And they only have so many minutes. So what they do is Rowan and them do a fake simulator. I think this is the part of the holographic simulation where the game is. And they make it look like old, classic Jason. So you have a cool it's a little sequence where it's kind of funny. Where you have like these two girls and it looks like traditional Crystal Lake. And they're like smoking and say, oh, you guys want to have sex, and they get into sleeping bags, and then Jason just hits it over the tree. You kind of get a better look because he does it a lot longer. Because if you remember in part 7, they had the whole MPAA thing, so they edited the tree bag kill down so that he kind of does it again, realizes it's a fake, gets out. Brodsky confronts Jason, and he's in like this like astronaut suit, and basically he flies into Jason, intercept and yeah maneuvers. He basically takes them both into the atmosphere of Earth, incinerating them, and then basically it's I'll just say Aaron because his name is fucking hard to pronounce, and in K, and then I think it's Rowan left. So on Earth 2, you see a pair of teenagers sees falling star, and then Jason's mask, and then I love this film. It's fun. It's not great. Obviously, it's not one of the best in the franchise, but in my opinion, it's an awesome film. It's fun. It's so much better than Jason Goes to Hell. Jason's actually in the movie, and Jason's main look is okay. It's not one of his best looks, but it works. My opinion, some of the best kills in the. Not even just like the liquid nitrogen one. The one where he just clotheslines a dude into like a spike on the floor. It's pretty brutal. I'm trying to think of another one. Even like Rose, which was off screen, was kind of cool. And in Rowan as a lead is okay. She's hot. That's kind of all I could really say, but she's decent. She works. Brodsky's kind of a cool character, and the way he quote unquote died was kind of funny. It's gonna take more than one to take down this old dog. I think that was the line. And then Jason does it again. I like that line. In general, I think the characters were likable somewhat. Even Lowe, who's just wanted money. He's kind of a dick, but um, and like I said, it's an enjoyable hour and a half. I don't feel like dread compared to Jason Goes to Hell. I don't get how people don't like this one. I understand it's in space. There's goofy things in it, but Friday the 13th, I'm gonna say it, was always a B movie. That's why Friday the 13th, I don't rate Friday the 13th movies how I could rate other movies or even other slashers. Like Halloween was always about the story, right? Whereas Friday the 13th was always about chicks without tits and Jason murdering people. That's always been the franchise for me. So that's why Jason Goes to Hell had to be especially bad for me to not even, because I even Jason Takes Manhattan, which a lot of people hate. There's enjoyable parts in. There's nothing enjoyable in Jason Goes to Hell, but Jason X is fun, and I find myself when I do a Friday the 13th marathon, I find myself watching it a lot. So out of 10, I would give Jason X like a 7. It was enjoyable. Not the one of the best in the franchise, definitely. It's not up there with Jason, Friday Part 4, Jason, then Jason Lives. It's not up there. But it's fun. I actually think it's a lot better than even Takes Manhattan. Like I said, you have some solid kills in here. So that's my review of Jason X. Tomorrow we will be reviewing the final, technically, Friday the 13th movie with the remake. But other than that, guys, I'll talk to you guys next time or tomorrow. Peace.